If you've been thinking about having your business credit built for you, but you're hesitating to actually reach out, this video is for you. Because in our experience, the thing that stops most people isn't price and it isn't doubt about whether they need it. It's the fear of the unknown, not knowing what actually happens when you book a call. So we're going to walk you through exactly that. No mystery, no pressure, just a clear picture of what the process looks like from the moment you reach out. Let's start by naming the fear honestly, because we hear it all the time. People worry that booking a call means getting trapped on the phone with a high-pressure salesperson. They picture being talked into something they don't want, being made to feel dumb for what they don't know, or committing to something expensive before they're ready. That's the anxiety, and it's completely understandable given how a lot of this industry operates. So let us be clear about what a call with us actually is. It's a conversation, not a trap. The entire point of the first call is for us to understand your business and for you to understand your options. That's it. You are not signing anything on that call. You are not committing to anything. You're getting information so you can make a good decision. And if the answer you reach is, this isn't right for me, that is a completely fine and welcome outcome. Here's what actually happens when you book. You'll pick a time that works for you on our calendar. No back and forth emails trying to schedule. Before or at the start of the call, we'll want to understand where your business stands right now. Is it formed? Do you have an EIN? Do you have any credit established? Have you been trying on your own? Have you been denied? Just the real picture of where you are. Nobody is going to make you feel bad about your answers. Whether you're at absolute zero or partway down the road, that's just your starting point. And every business has one. The whole reason for understanding where you are is so we can tell you honestly what the path forward looks like from there, and whether we're the right ones to help you walk it. We think this fear of reaching out deserves real attention because it's quietly one of the most expensive fears a business owner can have. Not expensive in dollars, expensive in opportunity. People stay stuck for months, sometimes years, not because they couldn't get help, but because the idea of getting on a call felt intimidating enough that they kept putting it off. The problem was never the help itself. It was the imagined version of the call in their head, which is almost always worse than the real things. So if that's been you, if you've looked at done for you, felt a flicker of maybe, and then talked yourself out of even reaching out because you didn't know what you were walking into, we get it. And we want to take that unknown off the table completely. Because once you know exactly what happens, the fear tends to lose most of its grip. The truth is, the people we talk to are almost always relieved by how low pressure the whole thing is. They come in braced for a hard sell and instead have a normal, honest conversation about their business. That gap between the scary version they imagined and the calm reality is exactly what we want to close for you right now. And just to be completely practical about the logistics, since that's part of the unknown too, the call is a normal scheduled conversation. You book a time, you show up, we talk. You don't need to prepare anything or bring documents to the first call. You just need to be able to describe your business honestly. It's genuinely that simple. The version in your head where it's some intimidating formal interview, that's not what this is. That relief is the reaction we want you to have too, before the call, not just after. So take a breath and let the imagined worst case version go. It's a conversation. That's all it has ever been.
So once we understand where your business is, what happens next on the call? We tell you the truth about your situation. If your foundation has gaps, we'll name them. If you've been making a mistake that's been costing you, accounts that don't report, applying out of order, inconsistent information, we'll point it out. And if you're actually in good shape and closer than you thought, we'll tell you that too. The goal of the conversation is clarity, not a sale. You should walk away from the call understanding your own situation better than when you started, whether or not you ever work with us. Then we'll walk you through what working together would actually involve, what we do, in what order, and what's included at each level. You'll get a clear picture of the options and what they cost, so there are no surprises. We'd rather over-explain than have you commit to something you don't fully understand. And if you have questions about the process, the timeline, the cost, anything, that's exactly what the call is for. Ask everything. Here's something important we want you to hear. There is no pressure to decide on the call. We're genuinely not interested in talking anyone into anything. A decision made under pressure is a decision people regret. And regretful clients aren't good for anyone. So if you want to think about it, talk it over with a partner. Or sit with it for a few days. That's not just allowed, it's encouraged. Good decisions are made calmly, not on the spot. And to say it one more time, because it matters, it is completely okay to leave that call deciding not to move forward. Maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe you've decided to do it yourself with our free checklist. Maybe you just want to think. All of those are fine outcomes, and none of them will earn you a hard sell. You'll leave with a clearer understanding of your business either way, and that's a win regardless of what you decide. That's the whole call. It's a conversation between you and someone who does this every day, aimed at giving you clarity and options. Nothing scarier than that. Let's also address the "I'll feel dumb" fear directly, because it's incredibly common and completely unnecessary. A lot of owners are embarrassed about how little they know about business credit or about the mistakes they've made, and they dread being judged for it on a call. Here's the reality. Nobody is born knowing this. It's a specialized, genuinely confusing topic that the system does a poor job of explaining to anyone. Not knowing it doesn't make you behind, it makes you normal. We have never once thought less of someone for not understanding business credit. If anything, the owners asking questions are the ones we respect most, because they're doing the smart thing, getting informed, instead of guessing. So please, drop the worry that you'll say something that reveals you don't know enough. There is no such thing on our calls. The whole point is that we know this stuff so you don't have to. And if at any point on the call something doesn't sit right with you, the fit, the timing, the approach, you are completely free to say so, or simply to say you'd like to think about it. You're in control of the conversation the entire time. This is your business and your decision, and we treat it that way. A good advisor makes you feel more in control of your choices, not less. That's the standard we hold ourselves to on every call. By the end of the call, you'll have 3 things you didn't have before: an honest read on where your business actually stands, a clear picture of your options and what they cost, and the space to decide on your own terms. That's a genuinely useful hour, no matter what you choose next. And if it helps to hear it
plainly, the people on the other end of that call are on your side. Our job isn't to win an argument or close a sale at any cost. It's to help you see your situation clearly and make the choice that's genuinely best for you. That's not a sales tactic. It's just how we believe this should work.
So let's talk about what happens if you do decide to move forward, because the process after that is just as clear. If you decide we're the right fit, we'll get you set up and begin the work. Mapping out your specific situation, fixing whatever foundation needs fixing, and starting to build in the right order. You're not left to figure anything out on your own from there. That's the entire point of Done For You. We handle the research, the sequence, the monitoring, and the follow-through, and we keep you informed along the way. And remember the honest thing we've said in every video of this series: this still takes months. We're not promising to make your business credit appear overnight, because nobody honestly can. What we're promising is that those months are spent building the right things, in the right order, without the mistakes that quietly set people back. You're trading the time, the guesswork, and the mental load for a done right, managed process. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, because none of that happens until you take one small first step: booking the call. And that's really all we're asking you to consider. Not a commitment, not a payment, just a conversation to find out where you stand and what your options are. So here's what to do. If anything in this series has resonated with you, if you're tired of being invisible to lenders, tired of getting denied without knowing why, or you just don't have the bandwidth to build this yourself, go to fundabilityhq.com/done-for-u. That link is in the description. Take a look at what's included, and when you're ready, book a time that works for you. And if you're not there yet, that's okay too. Grab the free Fundability Checklist at fundabilityhq.com/free-checklist and start building the foundation on your own. That link is in the description as well. There's no wrong way to start. There's only starting. Whatever you choose, we hope this series gave you clarity. The whole reason we made it was simple. We want your business to stop being invisible and start being fundable. You now know what that takes, and you know exactly what happens if you decide to reach out. The only thing left is the first step. Take it whenever you're ready. We'll be here. We'll add one honest encouragement here, aimed at the person who's been sitting on the fence through this entire series. If you've watched all of these videos, something in you is clearly paying attention to this, and that instinct is worth listening to. The business owners who eventually get funded are, without exception, the ones who took some kind of first step. Not the perfect step, just a step. Booking a call or downloading the checklist or simply pulling their business credit for the first time. Momentum starts with one small action, and the hardest one is always the first. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be ready to commit to anything. You just have to be willing to find out where you stand. That's the entire ask. So think of it this way. The worst case of booking a call is that you spend a little time and come away understanding your business credit situation more clearly than before, which is genuinely valuable on its own. The best case is that you find a clear, managed path from where you are now to a fully built, fundable business. There's no version of this where reaching out leaves you worse off. The only thing that leaves you worse off is staying stuck and doing nothing. So whenever you're ready, today, next week, or whenever the timing feels right, the first step is waiting for you. Book the call or grab the checklist. Either one moves you. Roll forward, and both links are right there in the description below. You've made it through an entire series about building business credit the right way. That says something about how seriously you're taking this. Don't let that momentum quietly fade. Turn it into one small action today and let your business finally start becoming the one lenders say yes to.